trooper that could be illegal aliens having jobs, riding my kid around and my grandkid around. No. This is absurd.
Jackie, what you're talking about is something called a vetting process. When you go through legal immigration, people are able to determine that the United States is able to determine whether or not you're here for good or for ill. When you have rampant illegal immigration, you don't get that vetting process. So you're taking the good, the bad, and the ugly, and it's all swarming here into the United States. And you know who pays the price? It's not Nancy Pelosi. It's not Mitch McConnell. They have men with guns protecting them. Exactly. It's your family. It's Chris, my family that pays the price.
Chris, what am I paying taxes for? What in the hell is my husband and me working for?
No, for illegal.
What am I doing in this country, doing things right, if everybody's just going to walk into America?
I've got your answer. The reason why you're paying taxes, according to the Democrat Party, is for illegal aliens. The reason why you're paying taxes is so it can be redistributed to people who deserve it more than you do. That's what the Democrat Party is saying. You go to the job and you bust your hump every single day. Your husband does the same thing. And the federal government wants you to know they're extracting money out of your pocket to give to other people who are more deserving than you are. That's the bottom line.
What do you suggest?
What do I suggest?
Do we need
voting.
To have a protest, Chris?
Well, yeah.
How do we get a protest for the independents in this country that don't like what we're seeing?
Who's gonna protest for American citizens, Jackie? Who's going to stand up for American citizens?
I will. I'm going to stand up for American citizens, Chris. How do I do it?
Well,
tell me where to go. Tell me what to do.
You organize in your community. You make sure you don't elect leftists from either party. You make sure you don't elect open border idiots from either party in your particular geographic area, and you start the movement. Here's the good news, Jackie. We outnumber them. And if they're not going to listen to us, it's about time they were made to listen, or they pay a political price. You throw them out on their ear, throw the bums out. In other words, thank you for the call. And I feel your angst, and it's well deserved. Let's get out to California. From Florida to California we go. Aaron, welcome to the Chris Salcedo Show. What do you say?
Hey, I say, Chris, first-time caller, long-time listener. I think you're just great, man. I agree with everything you're saying. And I think we need to close up these borders, man. We're letting just about anybody in. Who are these people? Is there any kind of vetting process?
No.
For these people that we're getting? They're all, I would say a good 40% of them are criminals.
Well, I don't know. I have no way of knowing that. You know what, Aaron? As a citizen of the United States, I should know. All I can tell you is that this country is plagued. The Remembrance Project. I want you to remember that name. The Remembrance Project. They're good friends of ours on the Chris Salcedo Show. And they make sure they wander the country and they make sure that Americans don't forget all of the American citizens who have paid with their lives or had criminal activity visited on their families by people who should never have been allowed here in this country to begin with. And there's one group of people you need to blame, Aaron, for allowing illegal immigration. You know who that is?
Who?
The Congress of the United States. And most times it's one president and 535 individuals. It is their sole responsibility to stop illegal immigration to this country. And they have told you the answer, Aaron. You want it stopped. We want the illicit drug trade stopped. We want the sex trafficking stopped. And they have said, no, they're not going to stop it.
Let me tell you something, Chris. 5 years ago, I was in East L.A., just walking the streets, minding my own business, and I was sexually assaulted by a man named Jose.
Yeah, do we really know that? Do we really know that, Aaron? Do we know what his name was? Uh-huh. Thanks for that. Folks, what you just heard is a seminar caller. California. That makes a lot of sense. What Aaron there is, folks, we really don't know. We really don't know, and we should know. By the way, what you just heard is exactly the lesson for everybody out there in the United States. You get these leftists who try to cloud the issue by saying that it's somehow racist to enforce law, that it's somehow racist to stop illegal immigration. I want you guys to remember this. The next time somebody like Aaron from California confronts you and says, oh, yes, you're afraid of Jose, I want you to put it back in their face. Are you saying that illegal aliens, people coming into this country, are Latinos? Are you saying that if it's illegal, it must be Latino? Because I hear that a lot from liberals, and they're never called out on their racism. Because here's what I can tell you, folks. The facts are other than Mexicans, OTMs, outnumber individuals coming into this country illegally at that southern border. Just consider that, my friends. It is Yemenis, Pakistanis, Chinese, people from all over the globe who are gaining access through Mexico, our friends, the Mexicans, who are gaining access to this country illegally. And it knows no race or creed or ethnicity, ladies and gentlemen. And when a liberal tells you, oh, if you believe in enforcing the law, you're just a racist, that's them telling you they believe that only people of color break the laws. It's their racism. It's not yours. I, your liberty-loving Latino, can attest that I love the rule of law. I stand up for the rule of law. So it must not be a mechanism of my skin color. I'll tell you what it is a mechanism of. Liberals, they believe in violating the law. They're anti-cop. I've got proof of that coming up next. Chris Salcedo Show, the voice of Texas and Newsmax TV. Be right back.
His unique no-spin take on the most important stories of the week.
That's why the people are there. You elect them to represent you.
There's no doubt that the far-left progressive movement dominates the Democratic Party. That's a game changer for Donald Trump.
Tune in for Bill O'Reilly's No Spin News each week on Newsmax TV.
Thing about that caller from California. That's typically how left-wingers look when American citizens are harmed by illegal aliens. And you notice how he tried to characterize it was Jose, trying to give a bad name to conservatives. And then he hung up the phone the minute I called him on the circumstances when I figured out what he was doing. Number one, that's a lesson. Stand up to these leftists when they try to change what you're actually saying. The rule of law isn't racist. Tell me what race illegal is, my friends. Tell me what race that is. Whenever we say we want to stop illegal activity at the border, the left wing says, you're just a racist. Well, good. Why don't you tell me, liberal? Tell me, left winger. What race is illegal in your little mind, in your backward, anti-American little leftist mind? And you usually see the smoke rising at that point. But just understand, this is how flip these Democrats and these liberal extremists are. Whenever they see Kate Steinle gunned down and dying in her father's arms in California, Aaron claimed to be from California. And you can bet that when he hears of a daughter dying in his father's arms at the hands of an illegal alien who shouldn't have been here, he smiles with glee. This is the nature of our political enemy, our political adversary. I've called them, and I think rightly so, and I've been proven right on this, I've called them the anti-Jewish party. I've called them the anti-white party. You can talk to Joe Biden about the current state of the Democrat Party and how they look at old white guys.